So you've probably heard a lot of different things about Google Ads. You might have heard it's a great way to get targeted traffic, or other people saying that you end up getting loads of irrelevant traffic. It's easy to control how much you spend. It's easy to waste your money with it. All of these things are true, or can be. And if you want to understand how and why and when it's a useful channel for your business, then I'll show you in this video. Hi, I'm Phil Taylor, PPC strategist, and I'm going to take you through how Google Ads works. So just quickly on the terminology, because there are a lot of different terms that mean similar things. So PPC is pay per click, and that can refer to any advertising where the model is that you pay when someone clicks on your ads. What we usually mean by PPC is paid search, so showing ads in search results with those ads appearing or not depending on what has been searched by the user. And then within paid search, what we usually mean when we talk about that is Google Ads, because that's by far the biggest provider of paid search advertising. When I was working at Google around 2005, I went to my first global conference in California. And I remember one of the founders, I think it was Larry Page, telling us a story of how Google started. The story behind the search engine itself was all quite interesting, but when the founders realized that they'd created this search engine that was actually much better than anything else that existed at the time, and they started to think about monetizing it, they realized that they had massive power in knowing what people were looking for based on their searches. So they had this brainwave. They would join the Amazon Affiliates program, and if anyone was searching for a particular book title, they could show their affiliate links to those users, taking them to the book they're interested in on Amazon, and they, the Google founders, would get a commission if the user bought, and Bob's your uncle, a brilliant money-making scheme. And that was actually their first plan for monetizing Google. Now, of course, they were absolutely right about the power they had in knowing what the user was searching for, but thankfully they found an even better way to tap into that, and they designed an advertising platform called AdWords, now called Google Ads, and it was first released in the year 2000. Now, about 20 years later, it is one of the largest advertising platforms in the world, and it runs across multiple channels that Google operates. But what most people mean when they talk about Google Ads is the traditional search advertising side of it, which is where Google still makes most of its money, and it's where advertisers make most of their money. And it is what works best in terms of an ordinary advertiser being able to run profitable ads quickly. Why is paid search such an effective platform? First, you can get traffic very quickly. If your site isn't getting a lot of organic traffic, you can do SEO, search engine optimization, but SEO takes a long time, typically. It's not very predictable, so you can make changes to your site and hope to see those changes reflected in your rankings sometime within the next few weeks. But even if you do go up in the rankings, you won't know exactly what change had what effect. It's a bit of a black box. If SEO works, then it's great, because traffic that's free and high quality is obviously the ideal. But PPC is a way to bypass that delay and that uncertainty. You can instantly appear in search results for pretty much any word or phrase that you choose. And of course, the ability to do that comes with a cost, hence pay per click, but it is really powerful. Second, it's very measurable and transparent. So Google Ads gives you very clear and detailed insights about what's going on with your campaigns. So you have stats on how many times people are seeing your ads and clicking on them, and how often users, having clicked, are going on to fulfill what you want them to do on your site. And you can cross-refer all of those metrics with information on where the users were geographically, what kind of device they were using, what time of day it was or day of the week, what gender or age range the user belongs to, and loads of other variables. And if you analyze this data, then you can determine exactly what is working for you and what's not, and that allows you to really optimize your campaigns. Third, the control that you have with Google Ads, and the way you can use that to limit your risk. So you have a lot of control over where and when your ads show, and you can use this to limit your risk from trying Google Ads out. So you choose your maximum cost per click, and you choose your maximum spend per day. In practice, it's your maximum average daily spend over a month, but similar effect. And you can be conservative about all of this if you want to, and dip your toe in the water, and that's exactly how I would recommend new advertisers use the platform. And fourth, your activity can be highly targeted. So you can choose the keywords that you want to target, and this is a very reliable way to narrow down your advertising to people who are already interested in what you're offering. You're putting what you offer in front of people who are literally searching for it at the time. You might be more familiar with Facebook advertising, and if so, the key difference is that Facebook advertising is great at targeting a type of person based on their behavior and their interests, while Google Ads puts you in front of people when they're actually searching for the service you offer. So you're hitting people at the right time when they're most convertible, and that makes it a very effective bottom of funnel type of channel. So how does this work from the advertiser side? Well, first you choose your keywords, and then you write your ads, and when a user searches on the keywords that you've selected, and if they qualify based on all the other targeting settings that you've put in, then they will see one of the ads that you've written and assigned to the keyword that's been searched on. And you can see that in practice here. The first thing on the results for a search on wedding planners here is this group of 4 Google search ads. Interesting that some of these ads are not brilliantly targeted for this search, and that's down to how the advertisers have set up their campaigns. They won't all necessarily do well out of appearing for this particular search, but that's by the by. Anyway, zooming out, below these 4 results, you've got the map and the Google business results. And then finally, underneath all that, you've got the first 2 organic results. Then there's another results box that Google's put in there before any more organic results show up. And actually, Google has put more and more of these additions into the results over the years. And because the organic results aren't what they used to be, you get more of an advantage from running ads. That's arguably a bit cheeky on Google's part, but for a business looking to make the best of the landscape as it is, we sort of have to accept that and just go where the value is. But why is it that some people swear by Google Ads, while so many other people have been burnt by it and will tell you that it's no good? It is mainly because it really matters how you set things up. These are the key levers that you can pull. You'll pay for every click on your ads, so you need to make sure that each of these key components is set up in the right way so that your clicks are coming from the right users at the right time, and that you then guide them along a seamless journey that makes it easy and natural for them to do business with you. There are over 5 billion Google searches per day. That's more than 60,000 every second. So there are lots of opportunities for your ad to show up for searches that are not useful to you. And there are lots of ways in Google Ads to make sure that doesn't happen, but the default settings in Google Ads aren't always particularly helpful when it comes to preventing that. I have a list of the default settings that you'll want to change to make sure that you don't fail before your campaigns have even got started, and I'll link to that in the description. So that is what it is, and that's the basics of how it works. Now, if you want a walkthrough of how to set up a Google Ads campaign, then you can check my video, How to Set Up Google Ads. If you're ready to start looking at how to run campaigns effectively, we'll have a look at the key factors in Lesson 1, Part 1, which is called Get Optimization Ready. And those are the first 2 lessons of my course, Google Ads Level Up, which you can find in the Courses section of the PPC Strategist website. But these 2 lessons are also available free on YouTube, and the links to them are in the description.